Everyone, the Sensitive Sage coming to you live once again from the Crystal Cave. Today we're talking about 5G, things that you can use, crystals that can help, and frankly the ultimatums of 5G and other things that can help, but frankly 5G. So to start, 5G is so strong that no matter how powerful, how big the crystals or salt lamps or whatever it is you have that can help with this, it is so intense that almost it's inescapable to a little degree unless you're away from it all. We're talking the towers, we're talking the cell phones, we're talking the receivers. Now, even if you don't have a cell phone, which is something at the moment I don't, you still have to worry about, frankly, the towers that are around. And to all you sensitive people out there, you'll probably resonate with this. You can literally feel it as you walk by houses, right? You can hear it. You can definitely hear it. It's a high pitch, wee, those people that have the super powerful modems and stuff just blasting it. And it literally spans a block right from that one house. You can hear it. You can feel it. So some tips and some crystals that can really help. I'll tell you how they'll help and why they're effective the way they are. So to start, Orgonite pyramids are very powerful, very good at generating energies and beams. This one is black tourmaline. Now black tourmaline acts it's an energy vacuum, right? It doesn't shield in any way. It just sucks up all the negative EMF, right? Moissanite. I've talked a little bit about moissanite before. It's much more of a shielder. Won't cleanse like black tourmaline will cleanse you a little bit. Moissanite won't do that. It's just an electric EMF kind of field, creates its own field that helps shield you more than anything. Next, we have shungite. Now, shungite's a particularly incredible one because there's a lot of folklore about that. When the Russians were testing nukes in their own country, they tested nukes in an area that was close to civilian population. And the only places where the civilian population didn't get sick and die was when they were living over top large deposits of this here shungite. Now, shungite, it is very good at blocking EMFs. It absorbs the negative stuff, but it also purifies. It will purify water. It has antibacterial cleansing properties. It's pretty incredible. Hard to go wrong nowadays with the amount of 5G out there with too much of this stuff. I'm being completely honest. The more you can get, the better. I need to acquire for a crystal man. I've got some small pieces, but I don't have any big chunks, so that's next on my list. And finally, we have aquamarine. Now, aquamarine is a bit of a different one in and of itself. It's less of a shielder, even shungite will shield you more so. Aquamarine doesn't do that. It's much more of a purifying cleanser, and as opposed to cleansing, I guess I should say shielding, as I mentioned moments ago, it's much more of a cleanser. It's not a bad one to have on your person. Same thing with shungite. If you have little pieces, it's not a bad one to have on your person at all times. Considering the strength of 5G, it's definitely not going to block out anything. Now, if you have cell phones, know the way 5G works. There, you have the towers, and then your cell phone has the receivers, right? So, frankly, there's stuff going on. If you have cell phones, I highly recommend you can get lead cases that block anywhere from 98 to 100% of the 5G, depending on the kind of case. And you can also get shungite little tablets or bars, whatever you call those, that help absorb it. Now, that will not absorb it all. That will just help. To put the strength of 5G into perspective here, 3G gave you cancer, 4G gave you cancer 10 times faster, 5G gives you cancer 500 times faster than 4G. And on the radiation level, they're putting it in terms to like nuclear radiation fallout with these bombs when they're dropped. The initial blast is just destroys everything, right? And then it has a residual of about five to 10 hertz. I hope hertz is the right term. I can't remember exactly the right term, but I remember the numbers, so it was 5 to 10. 5G puts it anywhere from 40 to 80. The people installing 5G, literally, they wear the massive radiation suits, and they get the cancer. There's photos out there. You just have to look at it. I'm still getting better at this making video thing, right? So I'm only using iVideo and QuickTime. QuickTime doesn't like to do sound and format makeable that YouTube will. Yeah. Anyway, one more that can help a bit. It's kind of a protector, kind of a cleaner. Is black kyanite. It has similar properties to aquamarine. Also, a lot of spiritual protection and purification as well. But it's not anywhere near as strong as the other ones I've mentioned as far as protecting from 5G EMF radiation. Now, on to the next bit with this 5G. Frankly, the best thing we can all do is be super aware. We don't need the super powerful modems, frankly. 4G is perfectly sufficient. You don't need to download a video in 2 seconds. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. Think about the amount of energy that's going through there. People can literally power up computers. Like my desktop computer, it gets unplugged right now. I can plug it on right now, and there's hackers that could power it up as is, just using the 5G EMF. No electrical cord plug-in or anything like that, right? It's freaking powerful. It is freaking powerful. Too powerful. It's not necessarily designed to help us out at all. It's designed to slowly turn us off up here. And news for all you healers that think that, because you're vibrating on such a high frequency, you're protected by this. That's not exactly the case at all. One thing that definitely helps, and I've heard a few talks about this, and I kind of agree, experimenting with this more and more, being in very good connection with God, being in the seamless flow with Source Creator, in that love vibration. Now, I understand where you super high vibrating healers go. There is a truth to that, but it's not automatically true. Like the sheer raw power of it, think of it as we are mostly water, right? And what happens when you put water in a microwave? Like just think about that for a second, right? 5G is stronger in some cases, in many ways, than that, right? So just be highly, highly aware of all that. Now, sooner or later, we're all gonna have to new insights on how or why, or frankly, we've all got to start talking about this and start spreading awareness at some point. There's nothing to be scared of. Like I said, there is an energetic link that you can create with God, a Source Creator, that is strong enough to help keep you in alignment. But part of the thing that's so freaky about 5G, right, is it interferes with your mental processes. Because what 5G, it's 5D, right? We're all ascending into the fifth dimension and up right now. That's why it's such a big threat. Major threat for fertility. Major issues for young children and the elderly. They're going to be the first ones to see major effects from this. Already happening quite prevalently in the States there in certain areas. And even here in Canada, you see a lot more of the towers now, and you feel it. All you hypersensitives out there, you get it. You can hear the 5G from like 3 blocks away. It's not cool. Or even just trying to fall asleep at night if you have someone who has it in your neighborhood or even in your own house. I know it's in our own house. I've spoke to the people here about it a lot, but they don't know. it's the thing to do, right? It's the modern thing to do. And unfortunately, I think until some of this stuff gets close to home, some people won't even realize. And I've watched a few videos on this too, so I'm just kind of relaying information. I'm gonna post the link that I watched after this video on my Facebook page, so if anyone wants to see that video, see some of the stuff I was talking about with this video, feel free. This is just for everyone to get out there. We all need to deal with this, in my opinion. I'm not trying to become super famous or anything like that. We are in this together, ladies and gentlemen. We are in this together. So, from me to you, these are some things that can help. This is crystals and whatever else that can help, and tad bits of information. Not having a cell phone is probably one of the better things you can do. Minimizing technology in your house that gives off any of the EMFs, frankly, is the best stuff you can do. All right. So that's that. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about any more. Actually, sufficiently. That went by a lot faster than I thought it would. But it cannot be understated, this thing about 5G. It will be the thing that takes us down if we are not careful and aware about it, right? There's been a lot of people talking about it for a while, but I don't know how many people are listening. Again, don't wait till it starts hitting home. Make the necessary changes now. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but I don't have a cell phone. That's not by choice. I lost my cell phone. It's almost like some higher self communication was going on. And I bailed hard. I had just got this new 5G LG 6 phone. I had it for like 2 months. Got the case, be like a freaking sick phone. I can take awesome photos with it and whatever, right? And then on that Mercury retrograde, it's funny, never used to believe in that stuff before. And then this happened on Mercury retrograde, like the day it went into Mercury retrograde. It was raining, and then it slipped, and then phone gone. I had no idea where it went. I didn't even realize it was gone until I got off the bus, and it was like, oh, where's my phone? I gotta check the time to see when the next one comes. Wasn't there. So, some tidbits, some advice. Yes, definitely being in contact with, and like knowing yourself, knowing that you are loved, that we are supported, that we're definitely not alone in this. But yes, it's something we definitely have to deal with. So, love and light. Namaste. This is a Sensitive Sage. Checking out. If you like my videos, support my work. Likes, shares, subscribes, they all go a long way. I'm a Reiki intuitive, level 2 card reader, channel. I guess we can call myself a spiritual counselor or spiritual advisor. Yeah. So, love and light, and I'll see you on the next one.